I'm Michael with Johnny Grip Non-Slip Floor Products and SlipperyTile.com. I'm going to show you how to apply Johnny Grip into a test area on your tile from start to finish. There's a few things I want to go over with you first. Number one, warranty card. You need to read this before you apply the product. Also, the directions. Please read this before you apply the product. Admittedly, if you're like me, you probably just want to jump in and get started right away. Directions aren't the most fun thing, but it really is necessary. Please read the directions first. Now that you've read the directions, it's time to get started. First thing you're going to want to do is the test area. Every tile is different, so some tiles could take the treatment in 5 minutes, some tiles will take the treatment in 15 minutes. The longer you leave the product on for, the more traction that you'll have. Okay, so maybe you're thinking to yourself, can I just leave it on the tile for an hour? The answer is no. The reason why is yes, the longer you leave the product on the tile, the more traction you will have. But there's a trade-off. The longer you leave the product on the tile, the more chances it have to take away that shiny look that the tile has to it. Really depends on what type of tile that you have. That's the purpose of the test area, is to determine exactly how long you can leave the product on the tile without taking away any of that shine. Now, as a side note, Johnny Grip does not affect the structural integrity of the tile at all. For this particular exercise, I'm doing a tile right here in the middle of the floor just because I'm filming it. If it was mine, or what I suggest you do, is to do a tile over in the corner where nobody can see, such as behind me in the bathroom area or on the floor of this closet would be perfect. Okay, there's a few things that you're going to want to make sure you have. Paper towel, small cup of water, and a timer. You can either use the minute hand on your watch, a clock on the wall, or for myself, I'm using my cell phone. So we're going to want to set our timer. And now what we'll do is to pour a little bit of product on the tile. Pour the product on the one tile that you're treating. You're going to want to smear it around evenly. Make sure the entire tile stays covered. You're also going to want to get the product on the grout lines all around that tile. That way you know how it reacts to the grout lines also. Okay, now it's only been 30 seconds so far, so what you're going to want to do is rub your fingers across it like this while push down and apply pressure, slide your fingers across. You can feel what it's like before it starts to work. Now as time goes on, every few minutes it will start to get grippier and you'll feel more traction as time goes along. Okay, so it's been on there a total of 3 minutes so far. And what we're going to do is to go ahead and smear it around. And you want to do this about every 3 minutes, something like that, to make sure that it all stays covered on the entire tile. So maybe you're thinking, how do I know really what's the best time to leave it on for? Well, it's difficult to say because, again, every tile is different. But I can tell you that if you leave it on for over 5 minutes, and I wouldn't leave it on for any longer than 15 minutes, as long as you stay between those two time guidelines, you'll be okay. Another thing I can tell you is when you slide your fingers across it in the beginning, it'll be slippery, you can feel it. Then as time goes on, you can feel it starts to work, and you can feel it gets more grippy. That'll be your general guideline. Alright, so now what we're going to want to do is to pour some fresh water on it to dilute it and make it stop working. Okay, so you just smear this around and the water will neutralize it. Then what we're going to want to do is dry it off. Okay, now at this point it's safe. And we'll step back and take a look at it, see how much it changed. Okay, so stepping back and taking a look at it, you can see that there's no difference from the one tile that has been treated and the ones that aren't. If you have any questions about Johnny Grip or any non-slip flooring questions in general, please visit our website, SlipperyTile.com.